Hello, welcome. You are on the Heart of Success show. Today show will have a little different format. It is with a very, very heavy heart that I'm running this episode today. Eastern Europe, this situation bleeds my heart. But what bleeds my heart more is that in all corners of our globe, people are divided and buying into what they see and hear from official media. There is no justification for any war. Creating peace using war is not achievable. But who is to blame? Aren't we all an important part of this creation? Aren't we all directly connected to what's happening outside of us? I'm going to read some of my texts that I did because I've become very emotional. It's really difficult time for me personally and for the whole globe. What we have been presented for the last 2 years and what we are presented for the last week are just two different forms of the same story. And its intention is to divide us, conquer us, and take over the world. Once people used to the idea of one disaster and start to accustom to it and rebuild their lives, that there is another wave popping up. Don't you notice that? The wave of new destructive information overrides the previous one only to keep us in fear, emotional and psychological stress, in anger, and in confusion. Your ego loves war. Our ego loves war. And the global orchestrators know that. And they use everything to feed our egos with fear, separation, and they are quite successful at that, to achieving this. Because you are buying into it and expressing it in an aggressive, blaming, or judgmental form all over the place, you contribute to escalate to the conflict. You believe in your right for free expression. Yes, you have the right for free speech. But you forgot that the right for free speech implies objective, truthful, respectful expression of your opinion that is not harming anyone. If you are expressing your opinion from the place of emotional reaction based on the outside lies, without trying to find your inner truth, or at least to check up the validity of information represented, then you act and speak blindly. And you keep harming your fellow sisters and brothers. You are modeling your reactive behaviors to your children and helping deepening the conflict. Don't assume that your contribution to what is happening in the world is minimal. By taking sides, you keep creating a ripple effect of blame, judgment, and hatred. How could the ruling elite get along with each other if we are, the people, are not getting along with each other? How can we demand this from them? It is time to stop. It is time to look at ourselves. I'm experiencing firsthand the level of anger, hatred, abuse, judgments, and outright aggression towards me. My safety is at stake, as I'm a representative of Russia in South Australia. I'm the first point for everyone or anyone who wants to express their opinion. And many expressing it in a very abusive way. I'm pressed to publicly take sides, which I am not buying into. I'm exercising my right to keep silent until I find the inner truth by dealing with my own emotional reactions, observing, researching, analyzing, and using my critical thinking. I'm choosing to stay in unity within myself and with others. I'm firstly and fundamentally a human being, as you are, and every person on this planet, and only then I'm Russian, an entrepreneur, I'm a mentor, I'm justice of the peace or a representative. If we all remember that we are firstly and fundamentally human beings, and we start to learn to treat each other with respect, integrity, and without harm, then we have a chance to manifest war-free society. There is nothing accidental in what is happening outside of us now. I pray for the safety of everyone involved. And I invite you to take the following steps to stop contributing into the further divide. Stop feeding your ego. Turn off your ego. Switch off your TV and detach yourself from social media. It is all a pattern of the society that shows you hatred, fear, intimidation, and threat of death. Rise above it and utilize your navigation system, which is the most reliable system there is. Research, observe, and navigate this time with what makes you grounded, calm, and confident that you are doing your best you can to stay away from overcharged field of fear and manipulation. Go within yourself and become aware of the place from where you blame, from where you judging, from where you want to argument, and throwing all of this into the public space, creating more division and separation. What is your need to do this, for doing this? Become curious, explore, and examine yourself in that sense. I invite you to sit in your curiosity and creativity rather than jumping into all of these social media communication devices and express your impulsive opinion. So by doing this, you will contribute much more to the positivity into this revolutionary process of clearing and rebuilding the new society. Find different sources of information that is counter these hypnotic lies that keeps feeding your ego. Search for support of someone or group that is already not only not buying into it, but taking active steps in creating new united reality. I would like to finish with this. This is a very short episode today, but the answer is you. And I really invite you to provide for yourself space, the comfort and care that you really need right now to look after yourself rather than throwing all of these impulsive emotional reactions around. If we will learn how to deal with our own emotions and learn how to stay in unity with ourselves, then we have the chance to create much better war-free society. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and coming here. You are a role model, Larissa. This is how we all need to think and act. Thank you so much for supporting But unfortunately, the wave of destructive informational field, the waves of the manipulative, fearful, intimidated information is taking people with them and creates these ripple effects that go in from one corner of the globe to another, and everyone creates that wobbly effect. And that's how they know psychology. They want us to do that. They're achieving this through us. So I invite you, please stop feeding the ego. Please go into yourself. Trust your own intuitive system. It is the most reliable. Tatiana, thank you. I didn't realize that you are being threatened. Well, that's the way it is, because the people still don't learn the lessons from all the previous wars and conflicts. And once they can express in a very negative, aggressive, judgmental and blaming way, they think they can change that. This is the other way around. This is the other way around. So in terms of my safety, I'm fine because federal police is looking after me, which I'm really grateful for. So, dear friends, I invite you to look after yourself and help others to look after themselves in this way. We are heading towards a very destructive time. And that's where the most required from us is to stay with yourself. Look after yourself. Don't show your fear. Don't buy into that fear that now is created everywhere. Don't show your children the way, the reactive way that we all tend to react and tend to act or verbalize our fearful feelings. When people call me and rant and aggressively abuse me, I listen them. I give them space to express themselves. And at the end, when they exhausted all of their anger, I always tell them, thank you for expressing your feelings. And they stunned. They basically hanging off. Thank you so much. And I'll come back next week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. with another episode, hopefully not so intense and emotional. I love you all. Thank you.